Good morning, Cardinals fans. Get your coffee ready because we have a lot to talk about today. A lot. Although I'm a little torn, there's a bit of a trend. Small sample size, to be sure, but it seems that every time I talk somebody up on one of these recaps, they struggle to repeat that the next time out. Except for Bud Norris. But, Bud Chuck doesn't get jinxed. He jinxes. I don't know where I'm going with that. Someone else figure it out. But there's really no way to talk about yesterday without gushing about the one and only Carlos Martínez. So it's happening. Sorry, not sorry. Carlos Martínez entered yesterday's short series finale as one of the best starting pitchers through the month of April. And somehow, his numbers actually seem to get better when he's pitching with runners in scoring position. He's doing that Trevor Rosenthal thing, where he needs a batter at first, at least, before he really buckles down. I'm kidding, that's a joke. Carlos was great. But that theory, as well as the Carlos Martínez struggles in the first inning theory, would be put to the test early, as the first two batters of the game reached on a walk and a base hit. You can tell when Carlos is fighting it a little bit. His pace slows dramatically, his arm angle changes, his release point shifts, he crosses up Yachty one too many times, and he falls off the mound a little funny. And usually he hits a batter, although he didn't yesterday. We saw some of that in yesterday's first inning. But perhaps the biggest improvement in Martínez's game this year, probably dating back to last season, is his ability to adjust in the moment. To fight through those mechanical inconsistencies without imploding, even for just one inning, until he finds it and settles in. But when he does find it, look out. Carlos has such a tremendous set of tools to use to get him through some of those tougher innings. And if you've paid any attention to what Joe Schwartz has said over at Birds on the Black or at The Athletic, you'll understand that he's playing with some new toys this year, and they're pretty fun. His first strikeout didn't come till the fourth inning yesterday, but then he struck out the side. And after that, he retired the next 7 batters he faced in a row. Trouble was, Chicago's Lucas Giolito was mowing down Cardinals just as effectively. Through 5 2/3 innings, the formerly struggling starting pitcher for the White Sox had faced the minimum, thanks to a double play and a caught stealing. It was Yachty. Yachty was caught stealing, just so we're clear. But lest you think Carlos Martínez does not have what it takes to be a National League ace, in the 6th inning, he helped himself and muscled an inside fastball out past the left center field wall for the first home run of his career. And as significantly, the first run of the ballgame. After the game, Carlos said that he was almost in tears because of the home run because he'd waited so long for that first career homer, and it was a big one. And as the Cardinals are apparently in career accomplishment mode, Dexter Fowler would add a little insurance 1 inning later, dropping career home run number 100, a 2-run shot onto Freeze Landing. Interestingly enough, just after Giolito had evidently talked Rick Renteria into leaving him in the game for just one more batter. Glad he was convincing. Fowler is now the 3rd Cardinal to reach that 100 homer mark on the season. He joins Matt Carpenter and Jed Jerko with that career accomplishment. And fingers crossed, it also snaps his cold spell. But back to Martínez. He would leave the game after 7 1/3 with 1 runner aboard, throwing 99 pitches. Mike Matheny would later say that that might have been the best mix of all that makes Carlos Martínez special that he'd ever seen. Taking a little off, moving the pitches around the zone, keeping guys off balance, reaching back for a little more when he needed it, playing to the defense and playing his own defense, mind you. And the home run? Well, that was just gravy. Except it actually ended up being the winning run, so it was more than just extra, I guess. It was also history. Carlos Martínez became the first player named Carlos Martínez to hit a major league home run since Carlos Martínez, Jose Martínez's father, hit a home run in 1995. A special note because of the special bond between the current Cardinals teammates. Now, I could tell you about Dominic Leone allowing 2 runs to score in the 8th inning to make this a much more interesting game than it should have been, but I don't really have any answers for the frustrating season so far for Dominic Leone, so we're just gonna skate right past that and go on to Bud Norris. Because once again, he saved the day. Tasked with a 4-out save, Bud Norris did what Bud Norris does. Paint the corners, create weak contact, put up zeros, and send the Cardinals to the clubhouse as winners. The man is a marvel. Maybe not the hero that everyone expected, but definitely the hero this team needs. But it's the White Sox! They're terrible! Stop acting like this is such a big deal! No. Look, it is the White Sox. They've only won 8 games. I get that. But wins against them count just like wins against the Mets. In baseball, you don't get extra credit or less credit for good losses or bad wins. They're just wins and losses. 162 of them, and you're trying to collect as many of them as possible, regardless of the opponent. So don't at me for taking them, however the Cardinals can get them. I'm also not going to sit here and tell you that winning against the White Sox means they're going to be good against the Cubs. It just means they won against the White Sox. That's it. Now, the competition is about to step up a notch, and sending just 15 batters to the plate through the first 5 innings is probably not going to be good enough against the Northsiders when they come to town. But for now, maybe we should all just take this off day to bask in the glow of Carlos Martínez. Maybe we don't have to read anything more into it than that.